This is Souls of Light Ministry, coming to you from the hot and sunny island of Barbados. My name is Jamila, and I help 12 to 18-year-olds navigate being part of a blended family. I also help them to build confidence, to set goals, and to find their identity. First, let me say a big thank you to all of you who have been listening to me, who have learned something, whose life has been made a little better because of you hearing my voice. My analytics tell me that 30 plays have been had on the podcast with dysfunction. And sometimes we don't realize that we are doing dysfunctional things and encouraging dysfunctional behaviors. So I just want to say thank you to all who have been listening. Being part of a blended family. Ask me how I know. I have been part of a blended family from the time I was 13, and it did not go so good. It did not go good at all, because I felt as though I didn't matter. I felt as though I was a burden, and like my mother was only dealing with me because I was a minor and she had no choice. But really and truly, she wasn't about being my mother. She got 2 other children. I am her firstborn, and the age difference between me and my sisters is huge, a huge gap. So she gave them her attention, she gave them everything, and she just picked along with me until she didn't have to do it anymore. My situation too is also unique because in spite of not having a relationship with my mother, I didn't have one with my father either. And like I think I would have mentioned this in a previous podcast, when my mother divorced him, he divorced me. So I find myself in a unique position where both of my parents are still alive, but I have never had a relationship with none of them. And I'm sure that I am not the only person out there like that. So if you are out there hearing my voice and you are one of those people, pull up a chair, put on some headphones, and we will have a conversation. Blended families is hard. It is hard if you don't do it right. And I think that too much parents only think of themselves without thinking about the consequences of their actions. As parents, we feel that we don't have to tell our children anything. Oh, you're a child. This is my life and I'm living it. But at the end of the day, we all gotta live your life. And we all gotta be uncomfortable because you did not take the time to properly put things in place where everybody will be happy. The child that does not belong to the man you married to or the woman you married to will still feel safe, even though things have changed in that child's world. This is just a little teaser because it wasn't my intention to really have a whole podcast today. But this is generally what we will be talking about. And also, if you don't like Jesus, this is not the podcast for you, because we will be talking a whole lot of Jesus will be in this podcast. So if you don't like God, if you think that God is the worst thing out, this is not the podcast for you. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. And if we don't train our children properly, then we have to hold our bellies and pay the courts and send money through the prison system to feed them. So if I can help you to avoid that, then that is what I am here to do. So once again, I am going to be your third arm. I'm going to be the person here to nudge you into doing the right thing. You may hate me, you may like me. That's not a problem. I am one thing about me that y'all will learn is that I am a very straightforward person. I do not mix words. I am not afraid of nobody because you know what? Fear not in the Bible 364 times, and God did not give me a spirit of fear. So I am not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. I am going to be the friend, the auntie that is going to tell you when you're doing the wrong thing. If you choose to get offended, look in the mirror and ask yourself why. So having said all of that, until my next podcast, Shalom.